Well, it's another beautiful day here in the desert in Meadview, Arizona. December 27th, 63 degrees. Got a slight breeze we could do without, but it is what it is. Could be worse, right? And today we're going to go over here and start another little project. So we'll head out here to the garage. Is he not playing with you? Meet Cisco. You've probably seen him in a couple other videos, but he's just now getting used to being out here. Okay, so here we are out in the garage. You can see things have changed a little, and I'll show you what we're going to be working on today. But yeah, my son was down for a couple of weeks. Actually, they was here for a week. They've been down here in Arizona from Colorado for about a month, running around visiting friends and family and that kind of stuff. But you'll notice some changes in here. A new addition to the shop. Actually, two new additions. My 53 Ford Victoria, been sitting out there under a carport. I've been restoring this. I'll give you the whole backstory on it one of these days, but yeah, he rearranged over here. Instead of bringing stuff in diagonally now, he done some measuring and calculating, etc., and changed the way I park my vehicles. Got the four-wheeler, got the Jeep, Can-Am, and then my little side-by-side parks right here. A lot easier getting in and out. I don't have to try to jockey back in from the center bay. Got my Harley out of my toy hauler. Basically, it's been sitting in there since before we moved from Colorado. Little backstory on it. I had to have both knees replaced back in 2021. This thing's actually, last time it was titled or licensed was 2020, so it probably barely got ridden since 2018, and I've left it in the toy hauler. I was adamant about not bringing it out until I had somewhere inside that I could park it, so we had to get the 4-year-old gas out of it, got the tank all cleaned up, had to buy a $170 battery even though I had it unhooked. It went bad. And we've got that in here now. Now just a day or so of detailing, cleaning it up. Haven't really had much chance to work on this since last year, about probably, I want to say March or April when I started putting up my garage. So it had some old gas in it. We had to get drained out. It actually wasn't bad because I only put a couple gallons in it when I first got it running. But we got it pulled in here, got the old gas out, got it started up. He done some tune-up on it. We got the brake issue fixed. Didn't have enough vacuum to it. He done a little bit of adjustment on the carb, adjusted the valves, even though the motor ran good. Can always run a little bit better, right? So you'll have more videos forthcoming when I get back to work on this thing and getting it restored. And I'll give you the whole backstory on it then. What we're working on today, let's go outside here. And, so moving here to Arizona, pretty much left all my little pieces of scrap and that kind of stuff. You've watched one video on my trailer, you've seen where I harvested an old floor jack, the metal off of it, to build my shackles. Well, here a month or so ago, had a post on Facebook that he had a bunch of scrap metal for free, and so I let him know I wanted to come and look at it. This is part of it here. I was able to get part of it in my trailer, or in my truck, but then I had to come over and get my trailer. Got a little bit of pipe here. Some more various stuff here. A couple of these items I already had. These old trailer ramps I'd gathered up somewhere. And so I went and looked at it and had a couple odd items there. Asked him if he wanted to get rid of everything, and he said yes. And I said, including the rack. And he said, yeah, if I took all the metal, I could have the rack it was on. In the meantime, so I got that metal, got old trailer tongue here I can harvest stuff off. One of my friends was looking for metal for a welding table. He had this, made me a good deal on it. It was a 5x10 sheet, 1/4 inch. And that's what I'm going to be cutting down to make my welding table. I'll do a video on that. And then I just got a bunch of other miscellaneous metal and stuff here. Well, originally, I was trying to figure out, I was just going to set it on the ground here somewhere, flat like it was when I got up. But I was going to take up quite a bit of room. I'm trying to keep things tidy around here. And my son got looking at it, and what he came up with is we're going to set it on end right here. So I've got some work to do on that. It's going to take up a lot less room. It'll lean right there. Be quick access right here. Come on, dogs. Be quick access right here outside the man door. And so that's what we're going to be working on here for this video. I've already cut the overhead off of it just so it made it a little easier to handle. I will take that metal there. So basically this will stand up on end. It'll give me a nice spot right from here over to there to put all my pipe in that slot. But I have to take it and stand it up and put me some more shelves and bracing and well, I call them shelves. They're just going to come off at an angle so I can stack stuff on it with it standing on end. And I'm going to try to take one side or the other here, probably the one that's closer to the door, and then with this standing on end like so, I'll make that so that I actually have a way to slide my pieces of sheet metal in there and have them standing up instead of laying flat and make them a little easier to access. So I will get some things organized here, get you guys set up. Another little project I'm doing here, picked up this welding table. I guess it's a welding table, I don't know what they were using it for, at an estate sale. That's upside down right now. And smaller than I wanted for a welding table, but you know, $500 for a 4x4 sheet of 1/2 plate for a welding table. Yeah, I find that hard to swallow. Anyhow, I picked this up for 25 bucks. I was going to go ahead and make a welding table out of it. Ended up it's all aluminum. And so now that I got that sheet to actually make a welding table out of, I'm putting casters on this, and I'll flip it over and make it where it rolls around, and actually have me a little metal rolling workbench that should come in pretty handy. So lots of new stuff going on, new videos coming. I'm in the process right now of staking me a gold claim with a couple of friends of mine, so hopefully here we'll have a video or 2 or 3 or 4, depends on how much I can get away, and go down to the gold claim and do some metal detecting, and hopefully find some gold nuggets to show you guys. But for now, I'll get you set up, get over here, start planning out my steel rack, and we'll bring you guys along. Okay, we're back. Show you what I got done on this thing. Not a whole lot. More sitting, pondering, and planning than anything, but what I did, so I welded this piece of 4-inch channel in here, and then I give it this brace back here. I welded another brace on up here, and basically just give me an area here. So this area right in here, I've set it up so I'll be able to slide a piece of 4-foot wide plate in there. I've got to get me some flat steel, come down off this back down there, and I've got to do another one of these, another piece of angle or something here on the front, and that'll make it a place to slide my plate in. I'll put angles in there where I can run, you know, if it's 1 foot or 2 foot, I'll probably run about 4 pieces of flat on each side, so I can slide my plate steel, sheet metal, and stuff in that way. Then up here, I've kept it where I can put my exhaust pipe sized, you know, anything up to, oh, whatever that is there. Not quite 4-inch, but almost 4-inch pipe, and I could stack it clear up. Once I get those done, then I will be coming off the front here with some angled, and I want to do front some bracing somehow. So the other thing I can do here is I'll probably divide this up and have like, let's see what we got here. We got 5 feet. So I'll divide that up where I can probably put another one at like 2 feet in the center. So, you know, shorter pieces of metal I can lay on there as well. Plan on using these over here that I got, and I'll put them in there on an angle. You know, just so I can put stuff like this on. It may not be quite 4 feet, but I will have a space up there where I can do it that's not a complete 4 feet. And so again, that gives you a visual of what I'm trying to do here. I want to keep this back fairly flush because that's going to go against the back of the garage. I was going to cut these off, but my son recommended I leave them on. One side I may be able to hang like my ATV ramps, you know, just different things that may need to hide up there. And I'll see what I do. I don't know if I'll put some chain hooks up there or some S hooks or just what I'll do, but not a whole lot of filming because This was more sitting and pondering and thinking and looking at my metal to try to figure out just what I wanted to do. But it took me a while to get a perspective when my son was trying to tell me how I should do it rather than laying it flat on the ground. So that gives you an idea what it's going to look like, how it's going to function, and I will bring you guys back when I get some more done on it. I may try to get some of my racks, whatever you want to call them, coming out this way tomorrow. I'm going to have to wait till I get into town and pick up some flat steel, because I looked and I just don't have anything that will work, because like I said, I want to keep that back flush so it's sitting good against the back of the garage. And we get quite a bit of wind here, so I'll see how it sits. I may put some little felt pads on it or something right where it sits against the garage, and maybe even some kind of little brackets to fasten it to the garage. So I'll bring you back when we get going again. Okay, so where are we at here? So you guys see me take that a piece of angle iron, get it modified. Basically what I was doing, I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible. So far, the only thing it's cost me is some welding wire and some welding gas. So what I did, I had another piece of looks like 2-inch angle that I needed for my cross piece here. I took that, modified it, welded it together. So basically, when this thing stands up, this compartment here will be for my plate metal, sheet metal, that kind of stuff. So I kind of built me a little tray there. I got the 4-inch angle down there, or 4-inch channel down there on the bottom to set them in. That will be the bottom of it. And this will just be the top part that holds those you know, if there's a 4-foot sheet in there, it will hold that. Next thing I will do, I gotta get this welded in place. Got it all cleaned up, ready to go. And then I gotta get some flat strap, and I'll probably put 4 on this side running vertically. I don't know, 3 or 4, we'll see, on each side. And that will be my cage, if you will, for my sheet metal. That strap, flat strap, probably going to be one thing I have to buy. I've got a 5 by 10 foot piece of 1/4 inch plate that I bought from a friend. I think I showed that to you out there. I could cut my straps out of that, but I'll price it and see what it is, just to buy some and do it that way. So the metal you just see me modifying there, that was out of a old modular home tongue that neighbor gave me, and so I harvested that out of it and made it fit. There's not going to be really anything holding that. It's just going to be the top of that cage. So I will get you guys set back up here, get her burned in, and see where we go. Okay, that went pretty quick, so let me ask you, look at what I'm doing here. So basically this bottom part, this is how it's going to sit up behind the garage. I'll be able to slide my sheet metal, plate steel, etc. in here. This section up here, I will be able to put like my pipe, exhaust pipe, that kind of stuff. And so pretty sure I don't have anything I can finish this cage with. I want to keep this back flush against the garage, so I don't think any of this stuff will work. These pieces here might, but I've got a different use for them, and that's probably what I'll go ahead and work on now. Those will be my pieces for my racks that come out at an angle like this. So that'll be the next thing I do, is get one of them over here, figure out how long I want my racks. It'll probably come out about the same as the legs, those up there where I can hang stuff, and see just what I want to do, how many I want and where I want to put them. So I will set you guys down and actually shut you off and bring you back here in a little bit when I get some more pondering and calculation and figuring done. So I'll bring you back later. Okay, another day out in the shop. Hey, what's the deal? Not so noisy. I'm playing the video here. Cisco. So what I'm still working on this metal rack. Hey. Make it out of an old ladder rack. So basically I'm taking the pieces here that I cut off the front. Got my angle figured out. It's not going to go there. There might be one go there, but I'm going to put my first one down 2 feet off the bottom. Cisco! So I've got one apart here, and actually, so I got 2 pieces here. I'm using that bottom one. That's my main piece, and I'm using it as a pattern here to make me a second one. And I'll do the same. So I'll get one on this side. I'm actually going to flip those. When I say flip them, I'll move them to the outside here. Cisco! Chill! And that'll give me a little more surface to weld here. So I'm going to go ahead and get these ready, get them cleaned up, get the welder hooked up so I can get this one either spotted or tacked or welded up the way I'm going to have it. So it'll be my next one. And set you guys up here on a little bit of a time lapse and go to work on it. So I got my 4 pieces made. So we kind of make another one out of that right there. So it gives me 2 for one side. I got one over here, one over here for the other side. Now I will go get this thing cleaned up, figuring out where I'm going to put them, clamp them on there, and tack them on, double check it, and once I get that done, I will bring you guys back. Okay, so we got this one set up. So I got 24 inches off of from here to the top of here. So it'll give me some room to throw some stuff underneath there. got it set at 10 degrees. I'll probably put the other one up here, about 2 foot, somewhere right in here probably. And do that on both sides. I'll get these tacked in, double check them, and get the other side on there and go to welding and getting that one put on. I may go ahead and get them, I may get them all 4 set up and then bring you guys back and show you where I'm at and then get them burned in. Okay, so here we are. I've got the bottom 2 ready to go. Got them clamped on there, cleaned up, ready to weld. My angle's not necessarily true, so that one there we're 10.1. This one over here I think is probably a little less. Actually we ended up, wow, okay. We ended up 10.1, 10.0. I thought one of them was going to be a little bit off because you can see here this thing's not quite, don't sit quite square. I don't know. I don't think it's a garage floor. It may be built a little bit out of square, but when I get it set out in the gravel and a bunch of metal on it, why? Yeah, it's not going anywhere and it'll square up on its own, right? So, got these 2 ready to go. Looks like you guys are about out of battery, so I will change out the battery and get the welder set back up over here and get these 2 burned in, and then get going with the next 2. Maybe I'll get my rebar welded in there. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I picked up some rebar the other day. I've got about 10 pieces of 1/2 inch here. That's what I'm going to use front and back here for my cage for my sheet metal. And somewhere off of that, I'm going to run something across the front, and I need to run something to hold stuff on there in case it's not quite as wide as what this is. I think. I know we're 4 foot back there. Let's see what we are here. So we're 64 outside to outside. So I'll probably put something in there about 32. We'll see. I may actually put a couple pieces in. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But I want to have that where if I get something that's 2 foot, 3 foot, I can put it down on there and have like a shelf. So I got to figure out what I can do for my shelf. The rebar was pretty cheap. It was a lot cheaper than buying flat strap to put on there. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get some more rebar and make my shelf across there. But let me get the battery changed out here and get back to work. Well, those didn't turn out too bad. One thing about it, all these little projects, I'm gradually getting a little better at my welding. This welder's only a 110, so that's why I made about 3 passes on this side. Get that burned in there good. I'll see what I got for metal. I got these pieces here. I may actually take, I know I got a couple of them, and I can probably find a couple more, but I might go ahead and take them, run me a gusset up, just whatever I can from down here up to it, help hold it in place, and that'll just help hold it, give it a little more strength. So I'm gonna get that other side burned in a little better, make a couple more passes on each weld over there, and then figure out where my top ones are gonna go. So I'll bring you guys back in. Okay, bring y'all back for a couple minutes, show you where I'm at. Got my rebar all welded in there. So I think I told you in the other, this may give you a better idea what I told you earlier on in the video. So this now will be where I can slide in my plate steel, sheet metal, that kind of stuff. And that rebar is just going to hold it where it's not flopping around if I get, you know, a sheet that's less than 5 feet. I want every foot on it, so I can put 1 foot and 2 foot pieces in there, and not having it falling out of the rack. So my next thing, not quite sure where I'm going to go next. I'll probably work on getting my other shelf parts welded on up here. I'm going to try, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to make it where I can bring another piece out off of this angle iron so that you know, I can put stuff on there that's less than the width of the entire thing. I got some square tubing over here. I may try to take that and put it on there and drop it down from right here down to this level, or the level of the front ones, the front of those shelves, and that way when I put a rod or something clear across, and I've got this solid metal rod over here I can use, I'm thinking about using for that, this one right here. And maybe I'll do that first, see where it comes out, and that'll give me an idea of my next set of upper shelves, brackets, whatever you want to call them, and see where I get from there. That's kind of the plan. I'll put you guys aside for a little bit, sit here and ponder and calculate and kind of see where I go with it. But yeah, that gives you a better idea of how it's going to work. We'll have 2 shelves in the front here. I have this cage in the back where I can slide my sheet metal in, plate steel, that kind of stuff. And then this section here will be to hold my pipe. Exhaust pipe, that kind of stuff. So I'll bring you guys back in a bit and show you where we're at.